Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Delaware Blue Hens Dynasty here on EA Sports College Football 26 as we continue our trek through our inaugural season in the Conference USA, this time on the road in Lynchburg, Virginia, as the 3-4 Blue Hens face off against the 4-3 Liberty Flames, who are only 1-2 in the Conference USA, as this was a team that was tagged at the beginning of the season to be the favorites in conference, and they have not looked like it. But Delaware, off a win last week, looking to build some momentum. We'll see if they can get it done on the road underneath the lights. It is a Saturday night, though, for once, as we are underway. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. As it will be the Flames starting off the football. They're now led by junior quarterback and Florida transfer Ethan Vasco, who has been all right for the Flames. Obviously, they lost Kenan Salter in the transfer portal to Colorado. We saw him earlier this season. As on first down, it's a loss of 2. Dylan Traynor with the stop. 2nd and 12, Liberty back to the ground. This is Julian Gray, their impact halfback, getting the first 2 carries of the game. And he picks up a first down. Next play, first pass for the Flames. A nice stretch by Tyson Mobley picks up the first down. And Liberty with a pair of firsts, moving it closer to midfield. Here's a run, and it will go nowhere as Julian Gray stopped close to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10, a blitz here. It's countered with a quick throw. This is Elijah Canyon who has it, another senior. It's a very senior-driven offense for the Flames, which is why a lot of people thought they would be a contender for the Conference USA, but they haven't looked like it thus far. Nice first down run there. Hassan Manning with the tackle. He's been okay in the nickel, not necessarily the best. As on 1st and 10, this time Vasco will keep it on the read option. He'll pick up the first down. Into Delaware territory. This time a pitch, and there's nobody on the edge. Reese Smith goes down the sidelines inside the 15, tracked down at the 11. And Liberty doing something here. Next play up the middle as Gray maybe gets one on already his 5th carry. 2nd and 9, motioning a guy into the backfield. It's a handoff, and this one will go another gain of 1. And now it's a 3rd and 8. In the gun, they give it to Gray, who goes outside, and oh my goodness! Somebody check the field. Kingsley Royal's ankles are missing. Julian Gray takes those bad boys, and Liberty strikes first 7-0 off of an impressive juke move. And now we'll see how Delaware's offense responds as Zach Marker's coming off a great game last week. A quarterback masterclass is what they're calling it, and it's hard to argue. 391 yards, 3 touchdowns in the win against the Blue Raiders. They'll start off with their own 25 with a carry for Jonathan Silver, who gained 7. A nice start for him. He's struggled running the football in this season. So 2nd and 3, Marker hit as he throws. That one incomplete. Eli Hall with the pressure and an early 3rd down for the Hens. Motioning out Silver. They throw it that way. Silver, who's been very much involved in the passing game. He has 2 games this year with 15 receptions. That's one shy of the team record, which is 16 by Justin Long back in 2004. Here he's getting another catch, a nice block on the outside, springs him, and he's down the sideline into Liberty territory. 32 yards on 2 catches for Silver, a nice start for him in the passing game. He's now in Liberty territory. He picks up the blitz, but he gets through eventually, and well, that'll be C.J. Bazile with his 4th sack of the season. Silver tried to pick it up, but he just couldn't hold on. 2nd and 20, now Silver out of the backfield. There's catch number 3 for a gain of 12. Gets those yardages right back, and there's the numbers from last week, 15 for 106. Needing a 3rd down conversion. Here we go to the back, but this time it's Saeed St. Fleur. But again, another halfback with the catch. Every catch today thus far has been by the running backs. New set of downs, another one short. Again, Silver with the grab. He picks up 3. He'll be brought back into the backfield on 2nd down. It's a blitz from Liberty. This time a throw to the tight end, the first non-halfback to get a catch. And it's a 1st down, goal to go from the 5. Silver with the carry, bounces off a couple of defenders, maybe picks up 2. Now to the 3, running it left side for Silver, and he's down to the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. What will Delaware do? They'll try to punch it on the ground, and he'll go backwards. There's a big hit by Marion Williams. And now it's going to be 4th and goal, and the Delaware offense stays on the field. They run it again, and they're not going to get it. 4 straight runs by Delaware, and they don't get it. A goal line stand for the Flames, and that means they'll take a 7-0 lead into the 2nd quarter, as Delaware just could not punch it in once they got on the doorstep. Now Liberty, though, would not do anything with it, as we'll begin the 2nd quarter with the punt as they're punting out of their own end zone. Max Morgan, the junior, will bunt it deep to Jake Thaw. And he will field it at about his own 44 and only pick up a few. It gives Delaware good field position. They're trying to do something with it. To the 23 of Liberty, there's a tough grab for Thaw. It's a gain of 7. And his first catch of the afternoon. 2nd and 3, now Silver to the ground. He's got a hole. Silver inside the 5, and again we're down to the 1. Can Delaware punch it in this time? They'll have 4 tries again if they desire, but this time from the 1. Handoff Silver, nothing there. Surely this won't happen again, right? Aaron Hester with the stop. This time Marker will keep it left side, running a little bit of speed option, and that's what it will take to get Delaware in the end zone. Touchdown Blue Hens, a speed option toss to Silver, and we're all knotted up at 7 apiece here in the second quarter. Next drive for the Flames takes them to about midfield, as here's an offset pistol handoff for Vaughn Ballou. The sophomore gets his first carry of the day, and he picks up 5. Liberty running the football a ton in the early portion of this game, as here's another carry for Gray. He loses 2, though. Gavin Mall with the stop, and now it's 3rd and 7. Split backs here for the Flames, as it'll be an option. They flip it, and there's nothing there. A 3rd and long, they go with a run, and that'll be a punt force as Delaware's offense retakes the field. Here a 1st and 10, looking for a deep ball, and this one's tipped and intercepted. Picked off in the secondary. There is a flag down, so we'll have to check that after the run back from Brylan Green. And it looks like it's actually going to be on Delaware, holding on left tackle, and Warren O'Neal will give Green his first interception of the season, 4th of the year for Marker. Now Liberty inside Delaware territory. First play, the motion out Gray out wide, and again he takes another man's ankles. This guy's the ankle breaker as he gets inside the 5 off the catch and run. It's goal to go now from Liberty. It's going to be a keeper. Vasco up the middle gets it down to the 1. Tight formation here, 2nd and goal. Handoff, Gray up the middle. He will punch it in for the touchdown, his first rushing touchdown of the day. He's been really fun to watch thus far, and he gives Liberty a 14-7 lead. So they cash in off the interception. Now the offense has to retake the field. 2nd and 1, Marker across the middle, and he's picked off again. 2nd straight drive ends in a pick. This time it's the Michigan transfer, Micah Pollard with it. And Liberty set up nicely again. Marker back-to-back drives with interceptions. They take over at about midfield, is on 2nd and 10, as there goes nothing there. And now at least the defense trying to get off the field this time. It's 3rd and 11. Vasco to the air. He looks short, and this one will be shy of the marker. So nothing comes of the interception this time, as we'll head to the 2-minute warning. Liberty up by 7. And 1st 10, Marker will throw it short for Silver out of the backfield. There's another 1st down. Having a busy day in the passing game again. Marker's been great if you take away the 2 interceptions, 14 for 17. Next play, he throws out of a sack, but I did turn intentional grounding back on, so that will essentially be a sack. So it'll be 2nd and 21 now for the Delaware offense. Marker takes it, looks short, tries to throw it for Silver. This time the Flames ready for it. Instead, it's going to be a 3rd and 21. Marker takes it, and he's just going to lob it deep again for Wilson, and they can't come down again. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half, where Liberty leads this one 14-7 after a pair of late first half interceptions by Marker allowed the Flames to punch in one of those for a touchdown, as Julian Gray has been running rampant for the Flames. Only 3.2 average, but he has a couple of good plays as well through the air. Liberty's come out and run the football a lot in this game. That's not something I don't think Delaware was expecting when they saw the Flames on the schedule. But it's got them out to a 7-point lead, as there's the only touchdown on the day for Delaware. They definitely left points on the board with that first drive. They got stopped at the goal line. They'll at least take over the second half of the football, so a chance to go down and try to tie it as they'll start on the ground with Silver for a gain of 5. He's only got 29 yards today. 2nd and 5, here's carry number 10. This time a lot bigger, as Silver will essentially double that total down to the 43. That's a 27-yard run for number 27. Essentially, yeah, doubling his total on the day. He's now up to 56. Next play, Marker looks short. It's got Burdell. He picks up 6 before tackled out of bounds, his 2nd grab of the evening. 2nd and 4, Marker looks out of the backfield. There's Silver again, 1st down. I mean, he's going to be open every single time. Why not throw it to him? 19 for 26 on the day for Marker. Just those 2 interceptions makes the stat line look a lot worse, as there's a 2-yard completion to Jake Burdell. 2nd and 8. Back to the air. Marker short again. Silver. There's the check down open, and he runs for a first down. 10 catches, 90 yards. Silver again will have another shot to potentially break the school record. Inside the red zone. Throw across the middle. Thaw goes actually right through his hands. Should have made that grab. Instead, 2nd and 10. Here comes a blitz from the nickel, and this one's thrown behind Thaw this time. 2 incompletions makes it now 3rd and 10. And Marker will float this one outside, and that one's also incomplete. So the drive quickly stalls. Delaware will take the 3, making it 14 to 10. As we'll take a look at the first drive for Liberty here in the second half. And they come out with no wide receivers. So again, looks like the run game is going to be the emphasis. Caden Williams picks up 2. 2nd and 8. This time they go play fake. Delaware blitzes. A beautiful play call by Liberty, fooling the Blue Hens. They're able to get a first down out of it. Ethan Vasco, only 8 attempts throwing the football today. Offset pistol here, first down. Back to Julian Gray up the middle, and he picks up 6 easy ones. 19 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns for the senior. 2nd and 4, back to him, up the middle again, finds the hole, and he's out to the 44 on his 20th carry of the afternoon. Next play is going to be a speed option again, and Vasco will just keep it. He'll take his 2 yards and move on. Now they go spread. 4 guys in the pattern, but it's a handoff, and there's Noah Matthews to blow it up. That doesn't fool the defense. Tackle for a loss makes it now 3rd and 11, and again, Liberty just runs the football. They don't get the first down. They're just living and dying by the ground game, and Delaware gets it back. Here's the next drive. Quick throw to Max Patterson. He's actually been busy today. That's his 4th grab for 50 yards. 2nd and 1. Now they touch past the Thal, just trying to get him the football as he gets outside for a first down. But this play will not count. Sean Wilson on the other side gets a little bit handsy. They'll call him for the holding call. So instead of the first down, it'll make it 2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. His marker back to the air, 6-man blitz, and it's up the middle. Silver takes his man one-on-one, and that's easy for Silver. He's out to the 35. 251 yards now on the day from the senior quarterback. And Delaware getting deep into Liberty territory, trying to go take a lead. First down, Marker will keep it himself this time, but he only picks up 2 on the right side. Not the quickest of feet. 2nd and 6. Marker looks short. There's Patterson again. 5th grab of the day. It'll move the chains. Just take what the defense can give you. On fringe red zone territory here. Marker on first down will throw. Looks short for Silver. This time he just drops it. Defender was there, but he should have made the grab. 2nd and 10 across the middle. Here's Wilson. Sean Wilson this time with a gain of 9. He's had a quiet day. 3rd and 1. Silver switches sides. They hand it to him off the right side, and he'll pick up the first down inside the 10. And now his goal to go for the Blue Hens. Here comes that split back look out of Delaware. We haven't seen it in a couple of weeks since the loss to Jacksonville. And, well, we won't see it on this play because the entire right side jumps on a false start. So it's going to be goal to go now from the 15. As Marker will look for a screen for Silver, left side, who will outrun the defense. And he will score from 15 yards out. Touchdown, Blue Hens, his 2nd of the day. And for the first time all night, Delaware has a lead. And they will take that lead into the 4th quarter. Do yourself a little dance, fella. Well, some good moves out of the halfback as it's 17-14 going into the final quarter. Delaware has brought it back, but they got to be able to close out games. That's something we have struggled with at times this season. Starting the 4th quarter, 3rd and 8. Liberty with the football, and they're going to run it, and they're stopped quickly. This dedication to running the football on 3rd and long could be the downfall of Liberty. The next drive for Delaware, they're already in Flames territory. Here's a quick throw for Silver, who tries to spin back to the field. That's his 15 catch. That's the 3rd game this season where he has 15 catches. 2nd and 1. Short now for Patterson. Picks up the first down. Taking the underneath stuff. Next play, here comes a blitz, and Silver doesn't pick it up. They shoot the gap with Devin Henderson. Silver not known for his pass blocking, just gives up a sack there. Now it's 3rd and 17. Quick throw for Thal, try to get something off the blitz. He'll get 10, 300 yards passing now for Marker, and that'll bring out the field goal unit as Reed from the left hash. This is a 39-yarder, and the kick is up, and it is no good. Doinks off the left upright. The wind doesn't hit it, and, well, it's 17-14 still. Liberty got to try to capitalize, but they face an early 3rd down. But a beautiful throw for Ethan Vasco. Great over-the-shoulder grab by Reese Smith. That'll move the chains. Inside 10 minutes now. Handoff Gray back to the ground, and this time he gets off tackle. There's going to be a quick pickup out to the 36 as Julian Gray picks up over 100 yards. Now it's going to be Vasco's turn as he gets maybe 1. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 9. Make it now 3rd and 7. Offset pistol. Liberty. Well, they run the football again on 3rd and long, and they do. Handing it off for Blue, and he won't get it. So Liberty now will face a decision, and they'll go for the field goal try. This is a 51-yarder left hash for Nick Brown, who is 8 for 9 on the season. To tie the game, the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Liberty ties it up at 17 apiece as we're in the home stretch of this game. Only 5 minutes to go. 2nd and 10, Delaware short for Silver, and with that completion, he has done it. That's 17 now on the night for Silver. He has broken the single-game record. 3rd time is the charm. So good job for him, but now we got to try to actually go win this game, and we got to punt it back to Liberty, who will have a 2-minute drill to try to go win this game. Problem is they face 3rd and 11. It's a throw out wide, and there's some running room for Smith, who breaks the ankles of a defender, but he won't get the first. A yard shy of it. Delaware calls a timeout, and Liberty will punt it back. And now the Blue Hens with a chance to go win the game. First down, they run it, pick up only 2. And Delaware doesn't have a lot of urgency here. They're going to let the clock run, and they run it for a 2nd straight time, and it goes backwards. C.J. Bazile there. And Delaware just letting the clock run out. Interesting clock management here. Is on 3rd and 10, marker to the air, doesn't see anything. Throws it off balance, almost hits St. Fleur. I think if he would have kept running, he could have had a chance on it. That's going to be a punt. And now Liberty with 30 seconds. I mean, they're in their own territory and they're running the football. So it looks like neither team really has an urgency here, which is interesting. They do go no huddle, but again, we're inside 20 seconds and Liberty's not using a timeout. Quick throw for Smith. He gets it to the 46, and now Liberty will burn a timeout. There's only 11 seconds left. They're going to start throwing the football, it looks like here. Vasco quickly under pressure throws this one away. Now there's only 7 seconds. And it looks like Liberty could be setting up for the Hail Mary here and just start taking some shots downfield. Vasco does have a strong arm. I'm pretty sure he can get it there as he'll take the snap, and this will be the final play of regulation. Vasco just chucks it deep. An air ball to the right side, and is caught! Liberty grabs it, and the game is over! No way! They complete the Hail Mary. That was Elijah Canyon, the senior in the back of the end zone, who comes down with it, and all of a sudden, this game is over. The Flames win it 23-17 on a Hail Mary throw. What an end to this game. I thought for sure we were going to overtime. Neither team had any sort of urgency to try to go for it. And Liberty just chucks it deep, and it works out. I can't even be mad at this loss. I've just got nothing to do but laugh and be speechless. The Flames come away with a victory, a big win for them. They needed this one as they get back to 500 in the conference. And Delaware, they just got to walk up the field just wondering what the heck just happened. They moved to 3-5 on the season, 2-3 in the Conference USA. We continue to just trade wins and losses down the stretch. Overall, I thought we played a pretty decent game. I think the clock management at the end and the play calling was a little suspect, and that's not the first time I've had a problem with the offensive coordinator's play calling this year. Congrats again to Jonathan Silver. He breaks the single-game record for most receptions in a game for a Blue Hen with 17, as he is officially in the Delaware record books. Hopefully it's the first of many records we can break at this series, and he also gets named Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week for the 2nd straight week for his efforts. So let's go around the country. It was an exciting game in ours, but there's a lot of big games this week, including Georgia beating Florida and Jacksonville. A big game for Noah Thomas gets the Dogs the victory over the Gators. Duke blows out Clemson 44-17. Didn't see this one coming as the Blue Devils hand it to the Tigers. South Carolina hands Ole Miss their 2nd straight loss as Vondrevious Jacobs had a huge game for the Cox. And now we'll take a look at the scores for Week 10 on Tuesday. JMU, our rivals, beats Texas State. Before getting into some midweek Conference USA action, Sam Houston beats Louisiana Tech. UTEP beats Kennesaw State. On Wednesday, Missouri State goes down for the 2nd straight time, this time losing to FIU, who is 4-0 in the conference. And then the American UTSA picks a point victory over Tulane. Marshall in the Sun Belt will beat Coastal Carolina. Before on Friday, we got an ACC matchup, Syracuse over North Carolina. And then in the American, Memphis beats Rice. On Saturday, let's start with the game of the week. Fox Big Noon and Penn State passes the Ohio State test with flying colors. The Nittany Lions, the number 1 team in the country now after their big win, jumping Texas. They are firmly one of the national contenders of the season. Notre Dame blows out Boston College, and then North Texas beats Navy, handing the Midshipmen their first loss of the season. That can have a lot of impact on the Group of 5 race. Mississippi State beats Arkansas, and then UAB beats UConn. Minnesota beats Michigan State by a point. Georgia Tech over NC State, 38-24. Texas moves to number 2 after beating Vanderbilt. They're undefeated, but I guess Penn State has the better resume. Those two teams could swap 1 and 2. They're the top 2 teams. It doesn't matter who's 1 and 2. We see East Carolina get a win, Central Michigan get a win, Arizona State beat Iowa State. The Sun Devils trying to get back to the playoff. Illinois blows out Rutgers. And also in the Big Ten, we see Purdue go to the Big House and beat Michigan, who are 3-6 this season. A couple of big SEC games. Oklahoma beats Tennessee in a shootout, and we see Auburn knock off Kentucky before the game in Jacksonville, where it was a 31-27 victory for Georgia. USC passes the Nebraska test. Don't forget about the Trojans. They're also undefeated. Yeah, Duke blew out Clemson in a surprise game. Also in the ACC, Louisville, only 1 loss, number 8. They beat Virginia Tech. San Diego State over Wyoming, 17-10. West Virginia knocks off Houston. And Oregon State wins the Pac-2 matchup, beating Washington State. They'll match up again later in the season. And then Florida State over Wake Forest. Buffalo blows out Bowling Green. Colorado back into the rankings this week as they beat Arizona. Baylor gets it done against Central Florida, and then another Big 12 matchup. Kansas up to number 18. They beat Oklahoma State. South Alabama doubles up Louisiana this week, 28-14, while Maryland wins in a shootout over Indiana. It's been kind of a fall from grace for the Hoosiers this season. Louisiana Monroe beats Old Dominion. We see New Mexico State beat Western Kentucky in the conference. And then Miami with a road victory over SMU. Kansas State blanks Texas Tech. That's not easy to do. And South Carolina, 42-34, does beat Ole Miss, who have quickly fallen from being undefeated. UNLV doubles up New Mexico. Also in the Mountain West, Hawaii beats San Jose State by a point. And then out west in the ACC, Virginia beats Cal on the road. Boise State, now the top Group of 5 team, beats Fresno State 45-35. And then we end the week with Pittsburgh beating Stanford. Players of the week, Tano Latuli of San Diego State had 15 tackles, a sack, 2 interceptions, and a very busy day for him, while Xavier Irvin of Temple, 12 for 229 and 4 scores. Conference Players of the Week is Bobby Sala Jr. of FIU, then of course Jonathan Silver of our team. Here's a look at the top 25, and I agree with the top 4, to say the least, and maybe even the top 6. Oklahoma, with the 3, has the edge over USC, who was undefeated, but the Sooners' only loss is to Texas. So I think the committee is doing a good job this year. And because of that, here's a look at the bracket. Remember, again, conference champions don't automatically get a bye. So here's a look at what the bracket looks like. And Boise State is currently the Group of 5 representative for the 2nd straight season. Here's your big games in week number 11. And there's some good ones. Oregon, Iowa, in a middle-of-the-pack Big Ten matchup. The loser probably gets knocked out of the rankings and chance of the playoff. Navy looks to bounce back against Notre Dame. BYU's undefeated. They'll take it to Texas Tech, who just got shut out versus Kansas State. And then number 9, LSU will head to Tuscaloosa to face Alabama. As far as us, we'll return home to face the 1-7 Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, who have not had a good last season in the Conference USA. And I think for the first time since we played Delaware State Week 1, this feels like a game where we should come in as the favorite. I feel like all the other matchups, we've been looked at as either a toss-up or the underdog in my book. But this is a game where we walk in as the clear-cut favorite, and we need to take advantage and get back in the win column, especially after how we lost this week against Liberty. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the series. If you have, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more Dynasty Mode content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.